time to meet the men from the ministry. We present Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler in The Men from the Ministry, a weekly tribute to the men of our government service. In many jobs, people begin full of enthusiasm, but gradually get lazy and bored. Ministry men aren't like that. They're bone idle from the start. Over now to the General Assistance Department, where that eager young executive, Richard Lamb, is trembling with excitement.
I've got marvellous news for you.
Not my knighthood, at last. Well, I mean, it had to come, you know. Sir Deryck Lennox Brown, dear. That'll look well on my library ticket.
It's not you, and it's me. I've come up with another invention.
Oh, don't get me all excited like that for nothing. Could be extremely harmful.
Oh, sorry, one.
Invention, eh? And what is it this time? Something better than your easy-release braces, I hope.
Those braces were nearly a great success. I went down to the patent office and showed them everything.
Yes, pretty embarrassed they were.
This is special one. It'll help our balance of payments.
Well, I doubt it. Still, go on, break it to me gently, too.
You know the government are very worried about all the luxury goods we have to import.
Yes, I know, too. Yes, wines and perfume and so on, yes.
Well, I've invented a British perfume.
Oh, glory.
I boiled some geraniums and filtered the liquid through an old pullover. Then I added a drop of ink to give it colour and some aftershave for smell, and here it is. There. I call it Midnight in Mayfair.
Oh, good grief. Oh. I'd call it Evening in Changing Room.
Don't you see any possibilities for it?
Well, only one. If we keep it here, we'll have the sanitary inspector up again.
Honestly, you're always putting me down. Perhaps when I'm dead and gone, people will realise what I've done.
Don't worry, too. You'll be out of harm's way by then. Oh, get rid of that muck, will you? And stop wasting our time with such harebrained schemes.
It's the balance of payment one.
Two, when Sir Hector told us to concentrate on import-export problems, he didn't want us to mess about inventing things and boiling geraniums.
Well, we'd better come up with something soon, or Sir Hector Gunn will turn ugly.
No turning needed. He's built that way.
He already dislikes us because you made fun of his name.
Yes, well, never again, too. I didn't realise Hector Gunn had no sense of humour. No more gun jokes for me, I can tell you.
Ah, there you are, Lennox Brown.
Oh, good morning, Sir Hector.
I've got some points to raise.
Of course, Sir Hector. Far away.
Lennox Brown. How many more times must I tell you I hate jokes about my name? Hate them, do you hear?
Well, quite accidental, Sir Hector. I mean, I wouldn't insult a man of your caliber. I mean, of your standing. There?
I don't know whether it's insolence or just plain idiocy.
On the carpet.
And what are you doing, Lamb? You seem to be trying to climb into a drawer of your filing cabinet. Not afraid of me, are you?
Yes. No, I'm not, Sir Hector. I was just going through the files.
Why?
Why, yes. I thought you might want to see our export records. There's a summary in here.
Really?
Yes. If you got that in your head, you'd have it in a nutshell.
No, look, remember, both of you, I don't like sacking valuable men, but sacking you would be no problem at all.
Oh, yes. Well, now, perhaps we should start all over again, Sir Hector.
Perhaps we'd better.
Yes.
Now, I'm here to talk about this export business, of course.
Yes.
That planning job I gave you. Have you forgotten about that?
Not yet, Sir Hector. Oh, my word, no. We've been thinking hard. There are lots of ideas, you know, but it's a little too soon for anything definite.
Ah, yes, well, I'll give you something definite.
What's that, Sir Hector?
Raspberries.
Raspberries?
The government have been encouraging our farmers to grow soft fruits. Now we've got a huge crop of raspberries, more than we bargained for, and wherever I go, I get raspberries. The government had to buy up all these raspberries, and they've been wondering what to do with them.
Do they want us to tell them, Sir Hector?
No, I've already told them. Oh. The raspberries must be canned and exported. That's where you come in.
But we've no canning facilities here. We'll do what we can, but we can't can we?
Don't drivel, man. I know you can't can the stuff yourselves. Your job is to find some people who can can.
People who can?
People who can can. Too long in this office and I start talking like a fool.
Oh.
Now, I want you to find a merchandising firm who'll carry through the whole job, canning, exporting, and mounting a big advertising campaign.
A lot of money for someone's sake.
Exactly. You've got a fat government contract to bestow, so mind you don't make a mess of it. Further details from my secretary, so get on with it.
More savage than ever today, old gun.
Never mind. He's gone off now.
I heard that. Just watch it, both of you. Just watch it.
Dear me. We'd better find a firm to deal with those raspberries.
We could ask old Fruity Fowler. He knows about these things.
That's a good idea, yes. I say, where's Mildred this morning? She hasn't brought my 11s. In fact, by now it's 11:45.
Have you noticed, one? Mildred's in a funny mood these days, always grumbling.
Yes, well, now you mention it, too. She has been rather surly lately. Yes, she has. Well, if she's got a problem, I must try and help her. Yeah, I mean, I'm responsible for the welfare of my staff, you know. Yes.
Here. I'm afraid it's a bit cold. I couldn't find the tea cosy.
Oh, well, thank you, Mildred. I thought you'd forgotten.
Well, you're lucky to get tea, aren't you? Some typists wouldn't do it, you know. Fetching the water from the ladies, mulling it on the gas ring in the cubby-hole, standing on the cold lino and smuggling the sugar up from the canteen in the Yankee.
Have you quite finished, Mildred?
8 times a day I bring tea in here.
Oh, that's not true, Mildred. Sometimes we have cocoa.
Yes, you know, you're not your usual perky self, Mildred. Mr. Lamb said he thought you were, in trouble.
Yes, and Mr. Lennox Brown said he's responsible.
You are?
Mildred, you see, now, if there's something worrying you, just please tell us.
Is anything wrong in the office?
Is anything right in the office? More like it. For a start, there's a broken window pane just by where I sit.
But I blocked that up with the top-secret file.
Well, what about the light over my desk? I ask you, where else can you find a 10-watt bulb?
Yes, but we did remove the shade to make it brighter.
And who else has a desk with only 3 legs? I have to rest the fourth corner on my knee.
No, you don't. I showed you how to keep it up with 2 waste paper baskets on top of each other.
And that washroom's a disgrace. Every time I turn the tap on, the pipes all shake and the door flies open. A ladies' washroom should have privacy.
I've been looking into it, Mildred.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I tell you, this place is primitive. It's a living scandal. I've just about had enough, so there.
You're right, too. She isn't entirely happy.
And another thing, she spends an awful lot of time on the telephone. I don't know what it's all about.
Hello, this is Mildred Murphy, to whom you are addressing.
Come off it, Mild. You don't need your posh voice. It's your loving boyfriend, Bernard.
Oh, hello, Bernard. I suppose you want to know if I've decided.
You said you'd make up your mind today.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if I should. I mean, is it right for a girl like me to do it?
Of course it is, Mild. I told you on Saturday night. All the girls do it nowadays.
Well, are you sure?
Yeah. Greta's done it, and Karen's done it, and Mavis does it all the time.
Yeah, well, I'm not like the girls down the youth club, Bernard. I think it's a serious step to take. I mean, changing jobs is, well, it's like changing your whole way of life.
A change is what you need, especially when these other people offer more money.
But I felt guilty just going for the interview.
You're crazy. You're wasting the best years of your life in the civil service. Private enterprise. That's where the action is.
Yeah, and it's a smashing firm. Big modern office block, thick carpets in every room, and sexy music in the lift.
So what's keeping you, Mild? Hand in your notice now.
Well, I can't do it now, can I? They're both still out at lunch.
Typical. They leave you in charge while they're out living it up. I suppose old Lennox Brown's still up his club.
Yeah, he says he needs 4 glasses of port to digest his steak. Of course, Mr. Lamb can't afford that. He'd be sitting on the embankment watching the coal barges go by.
Yeah, well, meantime, you carry the can. It's not good enough. The sooner you leave them, the better. Look, I've got to go now, Mild. Make up your mind by tonight, eh? I'll see you then, inside the pally. Ta-ra.
Okay, ta-ra, Bernard.
Miss Murphy.
Oh, Sir Hector. Can I help you?
I'm looking for that awful pair. They should be working at full tilt on this export business. Where are they? It's gone 3:30.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Lennox Brown is doing a survey of British ports.
And Mr. Lamb?
He's looking at our shipping resources.
I never knew an office like it. Have they no sense of priorities? They should be getting on with those raspberries.
Yes, Sir Hector.
You'll have to pull your socks up, all of you. That includes you, Miss Murphy.
Yes, Sir Hector. I'll tell Mr. Lennox Brown you were gunning for him. Oops. Sorry, sir. Oh, blimey, if he ever smiled, his face would crack. Oh, I don't know. What a place this is.
Oh, hello, Mildred. Was that Sir Hector I saw disappearing around the corner?
Yeah. He's just been in here carrying on something chronic.
Oh, well, don't let him get you down. I don't. Oh, what did he want?
He was looking, he said, for that awful pear.
Really? Oh, well, I don't know about awful pears, but on Mr. Lamb's desk there's a rotten apple. Yeah, it's been there for days. It's all dried up and wrinkled. Never seen anything like it.
Afternoon, Ron.
Oh, I don't know, though. Perhaps I have. Yeah. By Jove, you know, that extra bottle of wine did me good. Well, come on, Mildred, cheer up. You're sitting there like a wet night in Manchester. And what about some tea?
That's all you think about, isn't it? Cups of tea. You don't think about me sitting here slaving while you're cavorting about enjoying yourself, while I'm stuck here making excuses for you and getting balled up by Sir Hector while you're out noshing and boozing. I'm fed up with it, I am.
Oh, well, Mildred, if you're not happy here, you know what to do?
Yeah, I do. I'm going to hand in my notice. And what's more, I've got a job all lined up.
Really?
Yeah, I'm leaving the civil service and going into private enterprise. I answered an ad in the paper a few weeks ago.
Not the one that said girls wanted for pickling and bottling.
No, Mr. Lamb. I'm going to be a private and personal secretary. So if you'll excuse me, I'll go next door and type out my resignation.
Well, she really means it. This is awful.
Oh, I can hardly believe it. Leaving the civil service? Well, look what she's losing. Her pension, free drying facilities for her galoshes, a thank you letter from the management every 30 years.
And the canteen food. She'll be throwing that up.
Well, too, it's her decision. I shan't try to dissuade her.
Quite right, Mum.
Come to think of it, you know, I never liked the way she stirred my tea with her comb handle.
She didn't always remember to warm the pot. This may be a blessing in disguise.
Yes, well, I'll get on to old Tumbler Grant of personnel. He knows all the go. He'll send us someone really efficient. We'll see a few changes around here. You mark my words. Two. Mind what you're doing with that biscuit. Look, you've got crumbs all inside my sleeve. Oh,
sorry, it's so cramped here in the map cupboard. Can't we have 11s round your desk like we used to?
Are you mad, too? If this new girl sees us, she'll find us jobs to do.
But, Ron, are you going to let a new secretary frighten you? Are you a man or a mouse?
I'm not sure, too, but I want to eat my cheese sandwich in peace. Fancy old Grant sending us a girl who's new to the civil service. She's got no idea, or all she thinks about is work.
She'll soon learn, man.
Yes, until she does, I'm spending as much time as possible hiding in this map cupboard.
Sorry to disturb you, gentlemen. Am I interrupting something?
Good morning, Susan.
Mr. Lamb and I were just checking the maps.
We thought perhaps you weren't in yet, Susan.
Oh, I've been here since 8 o'clock, sir.
Good. Yes, good. Now, what work have we got today, then?
Oh, I've already done today's work, sir. And in accordance with my Civil Servants Handbook, para 727, I'm now dealing with tomorrow's.
I can't believe it. It's not natural.
But there are some special jobs that need your personal attention. Very odd. Several urgent files had slipped down behind the radiator. Would you believe it?
Sure.
Some of them had even got themselves stuck there with chewing gum. Lucky I found them, wasn't it?
Yes.
I thought you'd want to tackle them straight away. Now, first, there's this Willesden sewage report.
Yes, they've had trouble with their sewage there, yes. Mr. Lamb will drop in next week.
And there's this dry rot problem in the House of Commons.
They formed a committee to deal with the roof. Mr. Lennox Brown's going to sit on it.
Splendid. Well, that's work dealt with. It's been a very good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You're going, sir, are you?
I have to, I'm afraid. I've got to deal with these race problems.
Oh, the Race Relations Board.
No, my race selections for Newmarket. I'll try and look in again this afternoon if I have a moment.
Just a minute, sir. The most important job's these raspberries. Sir Hexagon's been asking what progress you've made.
Oh, glorious.
I found a suitable firm to handle the job, and I've arranged for you both to go there this afternoon.
Thank you, Susan.
Your appointment's 3:00, and the firm's called Mann, Tipples and Greaves. If you'll excuse me, sir, I have to nip over to the admin section. I've discovered they've been doing some work that we should do.
Susan, wait.
Don't worry, sir. Leave it all to me. I'll get it all back.
Oh, did you hear that, Runner? She's looking for work. It's positively obscene.
Oh, good grief, Sue. What have we let ourselves in for? Oh, why did we let Mildred go?
Heaven knows, one. Dear old Mildred. I wonder what she's doing now.
Would you like a cup of tea, Mr. Blind?
Tea, Mildred? I'd positively loathe it. But you can mix me a dry martini.
Oh, this job isn't half a change from the ministry. Do you know, when my typewriter ribbon wore out, they made me rub me mascara on it to save getting a new one.
My dear child, you can forget tedious typing now. You're my private and personal secretary.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like work somehow. I mean, just booking tables in restaurants for business lunches and holding up your menu for you.
Your job is to keep me happy, my dear child. There'll be other things later.
Ooh.
What is it?
Well, every time you call me your dear child, I get all goose pimples up my spine.
But you have enjoyed your first week here?
Oh, yeah. It's ever so smart and with it.
Oh, yes, indeed. Our entrance hall alone cost £50,000, you know.
Well, it's worth it. All that panelling and fountains, and the blonde lady sitting at that shiny desk, and nothing on it except a single rose in a silver vase.
And the brown suede telephone, of course. Yes, that was my idea, you know.
It's a bit different from the ministry entrance. Old Matthews in his cubbyhole blowing his nose on an old tea towel.
By the way, we may be doing a little job for the government. Two ministry men are calling this afternoon.
Oh, shall I open the hospitality cabinet?
Oh, no. We don't waste drinks on these inferior beings. No, it's a very simple matter.
Oh, I'll take it, sir. This is Mr. Bland's personal secretary to whom you are addressing to? Yes? Oh, very well. Please show them up. It's the men from Whitehall, sir. They're on the way up.
Ah, good. Well, I'll slip into the inner office. You tell them I'm on the phone to New York. Then I'll make an impressive entrance in a moment or two.
Oh, I'm all of a doodah. Fancy me meeting two big government officials. You may enter.
Ah, this is Mr. Bland's office. Good gracious.
Oh.
My word, man. Doesn't this girl look like Mildred?
Oh, don't be daft. Who it is, Mildred?
Of course it is, Mr. Lamb.
Is this fellow Bland in? He's expecting us.
Oh, yes. Mr. Bland will give you a second or two of his time. He's very busy, you know. He's on the phone to America at this very moment, on business.
Really, Mildred? Business with whom?
Oh, Frank Sinatra.
And how do you like working here, Mildred, coping with all their silly blunders?
Mr. Lamb, there's no blunders here. Mr. Bland is a super boss. He's efficient and kind, and he's ever so strong.
I must say it's a most impressive office, Mildred. This carpet's so deep I can't see my shoes.
Well, of course, I mean, we could have carpets like this in our office if we wanted to. But I always feel one thinks better on bare boards.
Oh, here's Mr. Bland now.
So sorry to keep you waiting, gentlemen. Cigarettes?
Oh,
no? Drinks? Yeah. No? Then let's get down to business, shall we?
Yes. Well, Mr. Bland, we've come about this fruit to be canned and exported.
We want to send raspberries to the rest of the world.
Yes, well, I've had the details from your secretary, so things can swing into action as soon as you give the okay.
You're sure you can handle the whole business?
Oh, of course. I've devised a most attractive can for the product, curving in at the middle. A sex symbol, of course.
Oh, good gracious, Mr. Bland. We want people to eat these raspberries, not have an affair with them. Well, where's the canning being done?
Oh, all that sort of thing's handled by our subsidiaries, you see. On the wrapper, there'll be the usual bargain offer coupon. Buyers send it in with £1 and get a pair of knickers.
Have we got lots of knickers?
Well, we buy them at Harridge's for 7 and 6. Now, our advertising office is ready to move campaign-wise.
Oh, and what will they use, slogan-wise?
See this can, don't just gasp, open quick, and have a rasp.
Well, now, Mr. Bland, I'm sure he should do the job, aren't you,
Oh, yes, all right.
And I'm certain it'll be a great success, raspberry-wise.
Man, Tibbles and Greaves, Mr. Bland's personal and private secretary speaking.
Come off it, Mild. It's only me, Bernard.
Oh, hello, what do you want?
Well, tomorrow's Friday. It's our night out, isn't it?
Not this week, Bernard.
But I haven't seen you for 2 blooming weeks. You're always out with that smoothie boss of yours.
It's business, Bernard.
Yeah, and I know the kind of business he's giving you.
Don't you be so cheeky. Mr. Bland's been very busy for the last fortnight doing a big export job for the government.
Well, what about tomorrow? I thought we'd get on the old bike and do a ton up the M1. You know, drop in Nat's Caff for a couple of cod burgers and that.
No, Bernard. I have to be at Covent Garden. I'm going to the Barber of Seville.
Can't you get your hair cut another night?
It's an opera. Don't be so ignorant. And after that, Mr. Bland's taking me to the Ivory Tower for a nosh, for dinner.
Yeah, well, you watch out. I know his sort. All good-night drinks and 2 for breakfast.
Bernard, he's a real gent. And so clever. There's never any muddles in this office. Oh, I'll give you a ring next month. Ta-ra. Blooming cheek. Oh, Mr. Bland, you're back from lunch early.
Cross that restaurant off our list, Mildred. My martini was shaken, not stirred.
Oh, very good, Mr. Bland.
When we're alone in the office like this, my dear child, there's no need to call me Mr. Bland. My name's Gerald.
Oh, fancy. My auntie had a tomcat called Gerald. Funny, he was always...
Quite so. Not much work in the office this afternoon, so let's you and I have a little drinky,
Oh, thank you very much.
Have you tried this tea? Lie down, sit down and relax.
Oh, yeah, all right.
You seem rather nervous, my dear child. Still, a tiny double gin should settle that.
Yeah, mind you, lather my tights.
Well, let's get to know each other better, shall we? Now then, Mildred.
Mr. Bland?
Campbell, how dare you burst in here when I'm in conference? I left orders I wasn't to be disturbed.
Oh, sorry, sir. I thought it was just the 2 of you.
Yes, well, my secretary was going to take down a few things for me.
It's these cans, sir, for that government export order.
Don't ramble, Campbell. Get them sent off at once.
Well, they've already gone, sir. But I just wondered why you wanted to export empty cans.
What do you mean, empty? Oh, they're full of raspberries.
No, sir. I've just had the cargo tallies. All the cans have been sealed and sent off empty. Nobody told the factory about the raspberries.
Oh, blimey.
Empty cans. Oh, I can't bear it. They've bungled it.
It's you, sir. You have to carry the can.
Oh, shut up, Campbell. This is no time for jokes. What am I going to do? Help me, somebody.
It's all that fuss about the labels and the adverts. That's why you forgot about the raspberries.
Oh, go away, Miss Merton. Don't you care about my reputation? I lose my chairmanship of the Guild of Smooth Operators. Campbell, arrange a flight to my villa in the Bahamas. I'll be away for a year. Look, quickly, man.
never. Mr. Lamb and Mr. Lennox Brown dropped a few clangers in their time, but they never behaved like this. They're harmless indeed. It's a coward's way out.
Yes, and I'm a coward.
Oh, I've never been so disgusted in all me natural. I'm off, and I won't be back.
Not often we're still in the office at 6 o'clock, Ron.
Oh, still, it was worth it. Yes, we just hear the news and then we'll amble up to my club for a drink.
I say you're inviting me to your club.
Well, why not too, eh? Why not? This export triumph calls for a celebration. Oh, good gracious, what's this? The return of the prodigal?
Hello, Mr. Lennox Brown, Mr. Lang.
Mildred, this is a pleasant surprise.
It's very good of you to spare a moment from the swinging scene, you know, to visit old friends.
I left Man, Tipples and Greaves this afternoon, sir.
Dear me, dear me. Still, plenty more jobs on Easy Street, eh?
Sir, I've got some awful news for you.
You mean your friend and ex-employer, old Smoothie Pants, has made a monumental blunder?
Oh, how did you know?
We usually have a few feelers out, Mildred.
Yeah, and so did he. But don't you see, they'll blame you for all those empty tins being exported.
Yes, we did foresee that possibility, Mildred, and we made, certain arrangements. Oh, switch the radio on, too, will you?
Yes.
We missed the news.
Right.
Here is the news read by John Curl.
Just in time.
A new triumph for British trade. It was announced today that big orders are pouring in from abroad for Britain's latest export, canned London air. Ministry spokesman Deryck Lennox-Brown told reporters today that it was an idea he had long cherished. He said, "This health-giving air is full of historical associations and intriguing odours. It will be a boon for foreigners who cannot afford the fare to Britain." There are plans to follow up with cans of hot air from the House of Commons. There were remarkable scenes at London Airport today when London business executive Mr. Gerald Thackeray Bland was found running amok on the runways. He was forcibly restrained from mounting the tail of a transatlantic jet, shouting, "This is the end."
Switch it off, too, will you?
Oh, it's a blooming miracle. I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, Mildred. Just come and join us for a drink at my club. We have a mixed bar now, you know.
Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, what a nana I've been. When I look at the dear old office, same as ever, biscuits on the desk, carpet slippers warming on the radiator, I just envy the girl who took my place.
Susan, she's left, Mildred.
Yes, after working with us, she became so efficient there was no holding her.
So it just happens that the post here is vacant.
You don't mean... Oh, could I come back, Mr. Lennox Brown?
Well, it might be arranged, Mildred. Ring personnel and tell them the vacancy's filled.
Oh, how marvellous. How can I ever thank you?
Just remember, always to warm the pot.
Oh, I will, yes. Here, I've just thought of something. You're still stuck with all them raspberries.
No, we've had them crushed and made into wine by a firm up north. It'll help reduce our imports of foreign liquor.
We have a sample here. It's called Burgundy-type raspberry wine, Chateau Wolverhampton, 1970. Would you care to try a drop?
Come on, Mildred, have a drop. It'll do you good. Sorry, but bring all those waters.
Muddling through as the men from the ministry were Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. Also featured were Norma Ronald, John Graham, Gordon Clyde, and Joe Manning Wilson. The programme was written by Edward Taylor and John Graham and produced by Edward Taylor. Time to meet the men from the ministry. We present Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler in The Men from the Ministry, a weekly tribute to the men of our government service. Resolute men, each of whom stands firm in any argument, for he knows he has a point. And when he takes his bowler hat off, you can see it. Over now to the General Assistance Department, where that eager young executive, Richard Lamb, has some astonishing information for Secretary Mildred Murphy.
Mildred, do you realize that already today I've blinked over 1,000 times, grown my fingernails at least 1/300th of an inch, and taken more than 12,000 breaths?
Poor Mr. Lamb, no wonder you're tired out. Here, I'll fetch you a cup of tea.
No, don't go yet, Mildred. Did you know that the human body's principal ingredient is water?
Well, except my dad, his principal ingredient's beer. What is that book you're reading?
First Aid Hints for Civil Servants.
Oh, so that's where it's got to.
It's a jolly useful book, Mildred.
It was more useful where it was. Propping up the window in the washroom.
Did you know brandy is very good for snake bite?
Oh, yeah. Mr. Lennox Brown says that's why he keeps plenty in the first aid box.
Mind you, he's not likely to get bitten by a snake in Whitehall.
No, but he drinks some brandy every day, so if it does happen, he's prepared. Look here, what's that page you're on now?
It's headed, How to Combat Strain Due to Overwork in the Civil Service.
What's it say?
It says, this is a very rare malady. In the unlikely event of anyone being struck down by it, check that they are not doing a second job at nights.
Chic.
This page is... Oh, no, don't look at this picture, Mildred. I didn't know it was that sort of book.
Mr. Lamb, it's only illustrating the kiss of life.
Oh. Ah, that explains it.
Explains what?
I saw the permanent undersecretary giving it to Miss Bentwater from the typing pool after the office party.
Oh?
Yeah, I nearly tripped over them near the car park. Oh, Sir Gregory was very annoyed. When he cooled down, he said Miss Bentwater had a nasty shock and he was giving her the kiss of life.
I can imagine. Here, look at this picture, Mr. Lamb.
Eh?
Poor man. All thin and scraggy. Oh, what a shocking sight. What on earth could be wrong with him?
On his last legs, by the look of him. Just a minute, Mildred. That's a picture of me on the beach at Brighton. It's a snap you took on the staff outing.
Oh, yeah, you must have put it in as a bookmark. You know, the trouble with these medical books, they make you feel you've got all the diseases they describe, don't they?
If you had all the complaints in this book, you'd look like... Well, I don't know what you'd look like.
Morning, Joe. Morning, Mildred.
Oh, perhaps I do, though, then. Morning, man.
Now, let's get down to the day's routine. I don't like wasting precious government time.
Righty-ho, sir.
3 lumps for me, Mildred, and don't spill it in the saucer.
I'll do my best, sir.
You look worried, one.
We're facing something pretty nasty.
Oh, dear. You don't mean...
I do. Work.
Oh.
Sir Gregory jumped out on me as I was trying to tiptoe past his door.
I suppose he's fussing about that Snedfield motorway.
Well, he shouted something about £50 million of public money trickling down the drain because they haven't fixed the route. I suppose we better have a look at it. I picked up a map from his secretary.
Oh, good. Well, let's spread it out on your desk.
All right, put it there.
Just move your raffia work.
Well, bit better.
There we are. Oh, I say, this is an underpopulated area. Plenty of room for a motorway. Not a building in sight.
Two. You've got the map the wrong way up. You're looking at the back of it.
So I am, silly me. That makes things more difficult.
What are you doing now?
Well, we have to crawl under the map to see it, won't we? It's very dark under here. Have you got a torch?
Sue, come out of there. All we need to do is turn the map over. Just turn it over.
Oh,
Turn it
good
over.
thinking, man. That's much simpler.
Now, as I remember, there are 3 possible routes for the motorway.
Yeah.
Here,
Yes.
here,
Yes.
or here.
Yeah. What, through that marshland?
Marshland?
That large brown circle is marshland.
No, that large brown circle is where someone stood a wet teacup. Now, may I continue?
Please do.
Thank you very much. Now, there are 3 possible routes, as I said, but each involves demolishing a large building. See?
Oh, what fun. I do like to watch those big metal balls crashing into people's walls.
Yes, for some reason the owners aren't always so keen, though.
Well, then we do one of those compulsory purchase capers, where we give them 1/8 of the market price and a framed picture of the Prime Minister.
Yes, I'm afraid that's what it'll come down to. But first we must see if they'll agree to move. Better for the image, you know, if it's voluntary.
Which building has to go?
Now that's what we've got to decide. Now, this first route, you see, means knocking down a girls' school, St. Hernia's.
That would cause some problems.
Yes, I had a note from the Ministry of Education yesterday.
Did you?
Yes, it said, lay off our schools or you'll get done.
They always did put things rather pithily. What about the second route, through this place called Arcadia Park?
Yes, well, I gather there's some sort of holiday camp there. Chucking them out would mean bad publicity.
So it's got to be this last one. But that's Lord Stilton's place. We can't kick his country seat about.
And why not, pray? Just because he's a lord, he won't get preferential treatment here, you know. He's an idle layabout, by all accounts, like the rest of our chinless aristocracy. Yes. Oh, we pushed the road through there. Getting on with the job at last, you two. About time, I must say.
Morning, Sir Gregory. We've settled on the route for the motorway.
Good. Put it in hand at once. Yes, indeed, Sir Gregory.
One tiny point, Lennox Brown. On no account must the motorway touch Lord Stilton's estate. His land must not, repeat not, be tampered with.
Oh, but that's what we've decided.
What? We've decided not to tamper with Lord Stilton's seat. Oh, my word. Look.
Sound judgment, Lennox Brown. One of England's oldest families. Well, two of our oldest families, actually.
Is that so?
Yes, the Shropshire Burkes married into the Wiltshire Wrights in the 17th century. The Stilton family is the result. They're Wright Burkes.
I can imagine.
Well, I'm glad you anticipated my wishes, Lennox Brown. There are people who criticize the aristocracy.
Not me, Sir Gregory. Oh, no. Backbone of the nation, in my view. Splendid type. Splendid type, Lord Stilton.
But you just said he was an idol.
An idol, yes. I told Lamb, yes. I said he was an idol of mine.
Good. Yes, I was at school with Pongo Stilton, you know.
Oh, yes, sir.
Never passed a single exam. Burnt down the gym on boat race night. Grand chap.
That's good.
Well, now, I want final details of this motorway as soon as possible. Got the transport minister breathing down my neck. No damn patience, these people. So get on with it.
Yes, Sir Gregory. Certainly, Sir Gregory.
Goodbye, Sir Gregory. Oh, he's gone.
Here we are, tea up.
Oh, good. Is it spilt in the saucer this time?
No, sir.
Oh, well done, yes. How did you manage that?
Haven't used saucers, have I? I've spilled it straight onto the tray.
Sorry. Mildred, we will be out this afternoon.
Early start to the weekend, eh?
No. This is official business.
Oh.
Mr. Lamb and I have to go down to Surrey to sort out this motorway affair.
Have you settled on the route, then?
Not quite. No. We are going to put it through Lord Stilton's estate, you see, but it turns out that he's a chum of Sir Gregory's.
Oh, he can trace his family tree right back to the time his family lived in it.
So it'll just have to go through that girl's school. We must go down and see if they'll agree to sell.
Shouldn't we try Arcadia Park first?
No, I don't think so. Some of these holiday camp bosses can be pretty tough, you know. I don't fancy tangling with them.
Good point. We shouldn't have much trouble with the girl's headmistress.
Well, go easy on her, sir. She's probably a poor little white-haired old lady.
I think you can rely on me to deal with the matter humanely. Order a ministry car, would you, Mildred? And find us some details about the place.
Right.
Now, we must get down there straight away. Rather a lovely old building, don't you think? Ideal for demolition. Ring the bell, will you? You pull that thing there.
Righto, one. Don't be too hard on the headmistress, will you? We mustn't bully her. She is the weaker sex, you know.
Two, I'll deal with this. Don't try to teach me my business. I've handled mistresses before, you know. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Someone's coming. Good afternoon, madam.
No hawkers, no succulents. Didn't you read the notice? I have a dog, you know. I don't want to have to set him loose. Down, Henry. Down, fellow.
I say, what a monster. Look at those teeth.
And the dog looks ferocious, too.
Now then, madam, we would like a word, please, with the headmistress.
I am the headmistress.
Oh, indeed. Yes, well, then you're Miss Gladys Scrimshack.
You know my name?
Yes, Mildred told me.
Your little girl told you. Oh, I see. Then you may come in.
Oh, that's very kind. We'll take after you, too.
After you. No, nice doggy. Good dog, Henry.
Down, Henry. He thought you were an intruder, you see.
Yes. Well, I know I'm not an intruder, and you know I'm not an intruder, but how can we convince him?
Perhaps if you stop trying to clamber up the grandfather clock.
Yes, come down, too, will you? Miss Scrimshack, St. Hermia's is a lovely old school.
A gem of British architectural history, our art mistress tells me. Henry Tudor, you know.
I'm not surprised. He's a very fierce dog.
So Mildred is your little girl?
Well, our little girl. Yes, his and mine, seems.
Yes. I don't quite understand. Well, at the moment, she'll be getting stripped for Jim.
Mildred? She doesn't know anyone called Jim?
We left her typing in the office, too.
There's some confusion here. You mean you're not parents or guardians?
Oh, good heavens, no, madam, no.
I'm afraid I jumped to conclusions. I've been very much on the alert recently. We had intruders in our grounds a few weeks ago.
Oh, dear me.
We thought they were burglars, but it turned out they were something worse.
Really? What were they?
Snoopers from the Ministry of Transport. Surveying the area, they said. They might have to build a motorway here. Imagine, a motorway. Think of it.
Yes, we did. We can.
I dealt with them, by George. That's why I keep that shotgun on my desk. And my guard dog with me all the time.
Yes, I see.
By heaven, if they so much as take one step inside the front gates, I'll have their ears for ashtrays. Now then, gentlemen, if you're not parents, what are you here for?
You tell her to.
Me? No, I can't. You know all the details.
Yes, but you explain them much more clearly.
Yes, but
Don't speak about the bushman. I can't bear shilly-shallying.
Quite right, madam. Oh, quite right, yes. Well, to put it bluntly, in a nutshell, quite briefly, I'll state frankly, here and now, that...
We're going to buy your school, knock it down, bulldoze the grounds, and build a motorway through here.
What? What did you say?
Let's get out of here, too. She's going for the shotgun.
Oh, wait for me, one. The dog's tearing my brolly to pieces.
Well, better your brolly than your leg. Come on, hurry up. This way, across the lawn. The car's waiting at the gates.
She's coming out. She's aiming at us. Take cover.
No, keep going. You haven't heard the end of this, madam. Oh, there'll be a report.
She stopped me. I've been hit.
Where?
Right in the bottom of my briefcase.
Oh. Pull yourself together, too. She didn't hurt you, did she?
She riddled my briefcase, one. There's lead shot all through my sardine sandwiches.
Well, you always like them well peppered.
No laughing matter. We can't go back there again. If these Arcadia Park people won't cooperate, we've had it.
Well, ring the bell, then.
Oh, all right.
Oh, odd places, these holiday camps, aren't they? Mildred spent a week in one last summer, you remember?
Yes, she said some shocking things went on in the chalets at night.
Yeah, so I gather. She's going back this year for a fortnight.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
Good heavens.
Good gracious.
Can I help you?
Yes. We're from the ministry.
The ministry? Oh, yes.
Yes, well, we'd rather like to speak to someone in authority, please.
Oh, yes, the supervisor, Mr. Seymour, you mean?
Yes, he'll do.
Well, come in, gentlemen. You may wait in the hall.
Oh, thank you.
I'll fetch him. It won't be a moment.
Do you notice something odd about that chap?
No, I didn't see anything unusual about it.
But you can't say that. He was in the nude. He didn't have a stitch of clothing on, not a stitch.
Oh, I noticed that. But there was nothing actually unusual about him, was there? I mean, like two big toes on his left foot or something like that.
What are you rambling about, too?
Well,
when a chap answers the door to two complete strangers and he's absolutely startled, it's an outrage.
It is odd, I agree. I'd say it's best to ignore it.
Ah, hello. Welcome to Arcadia Park. I'm the supervisor.
He hasn't got any clothes on either.
I had noticed.
My name's Seymour, gentlemen.
That's very appropriate, yes. Well, I do hope we haven't arrived at an opportune moment, Mr. Seymour. I see you're just out of the bath.
What do you mean? I've been doing my kick-pick exercises, and the 1, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 1, 2.
Yes, well, don't keep jumping up and down like that, Mr. Seymour. It's very disturbing.
Shall we wait while you put some clothes on?
And one, two, did you say clothes? Oh, at Arcadia Park, that is a forbidden six-letter word.
Forbidden?
Yes, didn't you know? Good gracious, this is a nudist colony.
Oh, I thought it was a holiday camp.
No, we don't advertise for fear of attracting undesirable elements, you see. We don't want any cranks here. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, up, down, 2, 3.
Yes, I see, Mr. Yes.
We keep pretty quiet, you know. Don't want any fuss from the neighbours. Lord Silton lives next door, and if he knew we were nudists, he might interfere with our amenities. Do you want to join our happy throng? We have plenty of sport, you know. The ladies are playing ping-pong, as you can see through the window.
Oh.
Yes, things are really jumping here.
Don't look. He boggles very easily, you know. Mr. Seymour, we are here to negotiate buying this property, you see, for the government.
Oh, then I'm afraid I can't help you. Oh, no. You'll have to speak to the owner. He's upstairs warming the lino for tonight's dance.
Yes, well, we would like to see him, please. What's his name, by the way?
Ivor Winterbottom.
Ivor Winterbottom?
He's a cold, stern man. But, he may not be averse to selling the property. We have thought of moving to sunnier climes. Just take your clothes off and step this way.
Take off.
No, I'm afraid you must undress.
What?
It's the first rule of Arcadia Park. Mr. Winterbottom won't see anyone unless they're unadorned. He gets terribly embarrassed if he sees anyone in clothes. Just slip your things off and hang them up.
I'm afraid that is quite out of the question.
I shan't even take my gloves off.
Well, suit yourself, gentlemen, but you can't talk business here unless you follow the rules.
Let's go. Oh, dear, I need the weekend to think about this.
Oh, what happened then?
I wasn't going to strip. Not with my scruples.
And, of course, we hadn't the heart to take over that school, you know. And the poor old headmistress was down on her knees, pleading with us.
Well, she went.
Oh, shut up. Yes, I was worried all the weekend.
Oh, let it burn. And don't try to creep up the chimney, lamb. I want to see you, too.
What a pleasant surprise, Sir Gregor.
Now, I've heard nothing more about that motorway. Which building was it you decided to demolish?
Well, you tell Sir Gregory, too. Go on.
Well, you see, Henry had my umbrella and my sardine sandwiches were full of lead, and she thought we were Mildred's parents, and I wouldn't take my trousers off to see Winterbottom.
Lamb! What are you dribbling about?
Oh, look, take no notice, Sir Gregory. He's been drinking on an empty head. Rest assured, Sir Gregory, this motorway is in hand, and you'll shortly have our report.
I'd better.
Yes.
I'll be at Bongo Stilton's party tonight. I had to have to tell him what's happening. He takes a keen interest in local affairs. As it is, I'll promise he'll hear tomorrow. So get on with it.
Oh, dear. What are we going to do?
Well, if Lord Stilton's out and the school's out, she'll have to go back to the nudists. They're not unwilling to sell.
But we can't fix it without taking our clothes off.
It'll only be for a few minutes.
Oh, very well. I suppose we've got no choice. All right, two. We'll have to strip.
Oh, all right.
Not here, two. Not here. Wait till we get down there, man.
Well, it's got to be done by tomorrow, so you'll have to go this evening. And there's no ministry cars after 6.
We'll go by train, Mildred. Just as long as we get it over. Don't fuss, too. Don't fuss. Much less embarrassing stripping out here in the shrubbery. Save that chap making us undress in the hall.
But I just stepped back in a holly bush. It's jolly chilly with nothing on.
Be thankful it's summer. Still, better keep our bowler hats on and carry our umbrellas.
Yes, we don't want to look ridiculous.
Right. Now, are you ready to?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I can see you are. Yes. Right. Well, we'll nip across the lawn.
Right. The house looks rather different in the dark. Where's the front door?
Never mind. I don't fancy my bare feet on that doorstep. Those French windows are open, and the lights are on.
You mean we walk straight into the room?
Yes. And don't be nervous. And remember, everyone else will be naked too.
Aye.
Now, come along. Be bold.
Yes.
I'm glad you got away from Whitehall for our little party, Gregory.
Glad to be here, Pongo, and it doesn't look very little to me. Isn't that the Lord Chancellor over there?
The one sharing the crisps with the Archbishop?
Yes. Oh, and I see the Prime Minister's just come in.
Oh, yes, well, I had to invite him for appearance's sake, you know. Yes, here's my wife.
Hi.
My dear, have you met my old school chum, Gregory Pitkin? Bunny Pitkin, used to call him.
Oh, how do you do? I've heard so much about you.
Oh, I hope you didn't believe it, what? How do you do, Lady Stilton?
Bunny is one of these Whitehall wallers. He's making sure this infernal motorway doesn't touch our land.
Oh, jolly good.
Yeah.
I say, isn't it rather warm in here?
It is rather.
I'm so glad we opened the French windows. Oh, no!
Is something wrong, Lady Stilton?
What is it, my dear? You've gone quite white.
But over there, two men coming through the windows. And they're both stark naked.
Well, good evening, everyone. Here we are again.
I will be forgotten very soon.
We please show him our proposal.
Brown!
Oh, my word, you're here, Sir Gregory. I didn't know you were a nudist.
You know these people, Gregory?
No, not at all. Lennox Brown, get out of here at once.
Shall I stay, Sir Gregory? Odd we're the only ones in the news.
Oh, well, so we are.
Get out. Go now.
There's no need to push, Sir Gregory. We go if you want us to, you know.
Get out this way, quick. Out into the garden. You'll hang for this.
Please carry on, everyone, as if nothing had happened. Just a couple of hippies from London. That's all.
I've never heard such a half-baked story. How could you mistake the house? And stop scrambling around in the bushes when I'm talking to you.
We're trying to find our clothes, Sir Gregory.
I'm sure it was these bushes we changed in. That holly made a distinct impression on me.
That Turnier woman won't budge for the motorway, so we must have Arcadia Park.
And they won't talk unless you're naked. I know you told me.
Yes, right.
But you're both naked now. And Arcadia Park is over there. So go and get it settled.
No, Sir Gregory. I've had enough.
That was an order, Lennox Brown.
I'm sorry, sir. I'd rather resign.
You don't know what it's like running around naked in public.
Well, it looked hideous just now. But in a nudist colony, it's nothing. Go to Arcadia Park and get this over. Lord Stilton's impatient, and he's a powerful man, I tell you.
Gregory, are you out there? I want a word with you.
Oh, good Lord, what a mess. Go to Arcadia Park, you two. Do as I say.
I'm sorry.
No, then you must go. Look. I'll come there with you.
But you'd have to strip too.
I'm aware of that. We've no option. We must get this business settled. Oh, and here's my jacket, Lennox Brown. Come on, lamb. Take his socks. Go on, they won't fight. The sooner we get this done, the better.
Mind those nettles, Sir Gregory.
Oh! Well, what do you say, lamb? What do you say?
Doesn't matter now. Yes, this is the right building. I recognize it.
Well, wait a minute. Better make sure this time there's a notice board there. Oh, have you any matches, Sir Gregory?
Well, of course not, you fool. I've got any pockets.
No.
It's all right. I can see by the moonlight. It says Arcadia Park, all right.
Yeah, well, now keep out of the moonlight till we reach the front door. We don't want anyone seeing us naked, except the nudists themselves.
Very good, Sir Gregory, yes. You lead the way, sir.
Hello, my dear. Gladys here. Yes, Gladys Scrimshank. Talia School. I rang to say we've moved premises over the weekend. Yes, the whole school. What? No, quite near a place called Arcadia Park. Some sort of holiday. They wanted to sell, so I grabbed it quickly. There's some talk of a motorway to our old place. All the girls like it here. I've arranged a little treat for them this evening. There's an amateur pop group coming up from the village. I think they're at the door now. I'll ring you tomorrow for a longer chat. Goodbye. Miss Harricott, are the girls all assembled by the front door?
Yes, Miss Scrimshank.
Oh, so they are. Good. Now, attention, girls. I have a little surprise for you. All right, I'm coming. No, I'll open the door, Miss Harricott. This will be a treat for you, too. I know how you like it. Now then.
Good heavens! Why has this woman got her clothes on?
Delegate, summon the hockey first 11 and tell them to bring their sticks.
Here is the news read by John Curl. Surrey police are still combing a wide area for the 3 naked men who knocked on the door of a school near Guildford last night. The men were seen by many people as they ran through the village of Druids Water, pursued by the school hockey team. The local postmistress said she had never seen anything like it, but emphasized that she was not filing a complaint. As the men fled behind a row of houses, there were several 999 calls from residents who thought they had fairies at the bottom of their garden. And now the rest of the news. The missing civil servants. There is still no trace of Sir Gregory Pitkin and 2 other ministry officials who disappeared yesterday. But men working on the new Snedfield motorway today found black jackets and pinstriped trousers hidden among some bushes. Police think these belong to the missing men and say they cannot rule out foul play, especially as a briefcase found nearby contained sardine sandwiches riddled with gunshots.
Oh, what a carry-on, Mr. Lowe.
I thought we'd never see London again. Imagine, a fortnight in the Surrey woods living on berries and nuts.
I wonder you didn't freeze to death.
We finally got clothes off some scarecrows. That's when we started to hike back to town.
You must have looked aside.
Yes. Still, people took pity and gave us things.
Gave you things?
Yeah, I was given a meat pie and a pair of old shoes. I ate the lot. Mr. Lennox Brown got 2 foreign coins and a bar of soap.
Well, it's nice to have you back. But what's going to happen now?
Goodness knows, Mildred. Lucky Sir Gregory was with us. He can pull a few strings. Mr. L.B.'s seeing him now.
Oh.
Pot tea, Mildred, and make it nice and strong.
Righty-ho, sir. How's it go?
Ah, well, I think we'll be all right. Sir Gregory's convinced everyone we were off on a secret mission. No one connects us with the 3 nude madmen.
What about the motorway one?
Ah, well, Lord Stilton's decided to leave Surrey. Says the place is going to the dogs.
You mean he's cheesed off?
Yes, so you see the road can go through his estate after all.
Then it's all worked out rather well.
Well, now, just a moment. There's just one little snag.
Oh, what's that, man?
Well, having seen us as nature intended, Sir Gregory thinks we're not fit enough. Yes, he's put us down to the civil service early morning physical training course starting 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Bearing up as the men from the ministry were Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. Also featured were Ronald Baddeley, Norma Ronald, John Graham and Joan Sanderson. The programme was written by Edward Taylor and John Graham and produced by Edward Taylor.